G'day, I am Appy Dave, and today what we're looking at is building a little tool using Replit. And this would be for anyone that's interested in managing their affiliate links. And I have multiple brands that I need to manage affiliate links for, and so I need this tool. And what we'll try and do is do it all in one session, and we're going to learn about a few things with Replit along the way. So here's the situation I find myself in. I have, for the Appy Dave brand, I have a list of affiliate links that I'm keeping in Airtable. So you might be doing it in a spreadsheet. I also have another brand, and they're all being managed within a markdown document. Now, not only are the links for the affiliates being listed here, but there's also some templates for reaching out to a potential affiliate to see what sort of conversation we can strike up with them. So I'd love to have a little application that can solve this problem. There are probably plenty of applications on the internet designed for this, but I like building stuff directly into my workflow. So this is all part of the building 30 apps in 30 days, and we've struggled to keep to that cadence, but we'll show you where we're at the moment. So the first application was just managing the different applications that I would like to build over time. So the first one was the the app list tracker that you're seeing right here. Now, after that, I did the video recording name application, because when I'm recording my long form videos, I might generate 40 or 50 files, and I want to keep them all managed. So what that allowed me to do was enter in the chapter that I might be recording, the section I might be recording, giving it a chapter name, and maybe some additional metadata. And what that meant is that as files were ending up on my computer, I was able to just name them appropriately. So this has already, on the second application, proven to be really useful in my workflows. But we're at the affiliate links issue, and let's talk about what I want to go over in this video. I want to talk about the challenges that I've been having so far with Replit. I want to talk about requirements documents, and then I want to build the application if possible today. So how do coders write code? So I generally, and I've been coding for many years, I generally use a test-driven development, or a BDD, which is behavior-driven development sort of concept, where you write your tests or the behaviors that you're trying to test first, and then you write the code second. Other developers might use a code and run development process. Just write it, run it, see if it works. And this seems to be the technique that a lot of AI pair programming tools like Replit do automatically. They use this CRD technique. So I had a conversation with ChatGPT after the last video, which was actually this one. So this is a redo at the moment. And we just came up with this idea of AVD, Assumption Validated Development. It's a technique that I'm exploring in this 30-day challenge around, are there different paradigms for coding and testing that make more sense to an AI pair programmer versus a regular developer? And so basically we're still following the code first philosophy. We write code, but we plan for the different issues that might happen in the section of code we're about to write. So this is kind of a hybrid of TDD and CRD. So what I'm looking to do with this sort of testing is make sure that I've got logging put in place, that it's looking ahead of what problems might happen, not just in the component it's writing, but in the workflow. Like, how does it integrate between the previous bit of code that we did, and make sure that it's planning to put enough information in the code at time of generation so that I can look at the logs and go, okay, now I understand why this didn't work. So if the first way is test-driven development, the other way is code-first development, then, which might also be an integration development system, then this idea of assumption-validated development is that idea of, I'm about to write some code. What do I think can go wrong? can you put something in place to manage that sort of issue? So this, and why is this? So if we go back, I'm just going to take us back to these applications. So the list tracker pretty much worked as a one-shot prompt. I was relatively happy with what it did, though it still took a long time at the end of the session to deal with little edge cases, and I actually had to deal with many of them after the video or the live stream had finished, and that was that one. With the recording named segment, that failed on the first recording. The first recording, I'm like through the requirements, I'm writing code, and then I'm just getting agent error, agent error, agent error. It happened like 5 times, and it was, in this case, probably a bug with Replit, because the next day when I went to do it, it just worked. I went, okay, fair enough. And then a couple of days ago, I was working on the affiliate management one, the one that we're looking at today, and it was just failing. And actually, what I might do is just take you over to what I ultimately got. So here we are, where at the affiliate hub that I was working on the other day, and I was trying to import data. I'm just going to see if I've got that data available for myself. So let's just get ourselves some data and paste it in. And when I import, I was expecting to see data in the affiliate hub. Now, when I press import right now, if it's working, what's going on? Actually, it doesn't tell us. So I've pressed it 3 times. That could have been a problem in its own right. And it is. I've ended up adding data to this system 3 times. Everything's loaded, but in the live stream, this didn't work at all. And I went, what the heck is going on? And this is where the assumption validated development idea was playing around in my head. Why isn't there logging to tell me what's going on? Even though I'd asked for logging, why isn't it there? Now, as soon as the live stream had finished and an hour or 2 came by, I came back to this application, did what you just saw, and it worked. And I went, damn it, like, why in the live stream did this fail? But afterwards it didn't. So these are the sorts of challenges that I'm trying to deal with any of the AI pair programmers, not just the Replit. So they all can have these sorts of issues. So what we're looking at today is just starting to rebuild this affiliate application again. We're looking at, can we take these sort of list formats that we've got, or can we take the markdown formats where I run into this sort of issue where I might get conflicts between Mary on her Dropbox and myself on my Dropbox. And maybe as a reach goal, can we also deal with the reach out to affiliates? Now, we probably won't do that in this video, because I think that might be the next video, which is an email mail merge sort of technique where we can send these templates to affiliates based on whatever tool we build today. So with that in place, let's go down and jump into a little bit of code. So this is the reference card for what we're building today. And what we've done in the past is a few of these sorts of applications, the 2 up here, and we're moving on to this one. And I have this requirements document. So essentially what I've done here is I've built, and I did this in the last session, but I'll go over it quickly, is main requirements document. So the affiliate management tool helps influencers organize, track, and optimize affiliate partnerships across multiple brands. So this could be for a YouTuber, but it could also be for a content marketer. It allows users to store, categorize the affiliate links. So we're going to need some sort of database to store the links to descriptions and categories. We're also going to need a brand table or concept of some sort, and we just need to know the status. Is it an active link? Because I find that sometimes these links become inactive, but I don't want to remove them from the database. And if I had to go to the back end of the affiliate, where would I do it, and what would my username be? Now, this is not the stuff that this in particular wouldn't get stored in this system so much, because I'd use a password management tool, but it might still be useful for other people looking at it to go, well, what is the username? So I think the main actions we want to be able to do is view and edit affiliate entries in a email spreadsheet. That sounds great. We want to select a brand from a drop-down list. And these were the things that the other version of this did. We want to be able to easily copy the affiliate links. And this is out of scope for this, and part of, as we build these applications, future features will be listed because I want them, and that's the ability to just get the affiliate links that make sense for the video that someone's watching. There's no point having an affiliate link for a product that just has nothing to do with the video. It detracts from your brand, but the complexity of that feature is too much for this pass, because one of the things that I'm finding with the micro app development approach is that you really need to keep it tight. You just got to have very simple concepts going on at the moment with the state of AI pair programmers. Then we'll talk a little bit about the UX flow, and then this is kind of the information that sits in with the AVD style of development. Like, is it looking ahead and logging everything? Like, what's the timestamp? So in the first version, I had a debounce issue where every time I was typing, it was sending a request, and it meant that the request might take, I don't know, 400 or 500 milliseconds, and it just made the user interface respond badly. So logging concepts like data, like timestamps, and what's happening, what the data is at the time, means that if you ask the AI pair programmer to solve a problem in the future, it's got all the information readily available in the log. Now, in this, I've just given it a bunch of categories. I'm not trying to have a complex database schema, so this is an in-memory hash of the different affiliate codes I might want to have. And this is my rudimentary approach to saying, well, if I'm doing a video and it happens to be on video editing, maybe we can just get the affiliate links that are on video editing tools. Then we got the brand list, so AI TLDR and Appy Dave is where most of it will be, but in the future it'll also be Winning Prompts, Cozy Cafe, and the research channel, which you're looking at right now. And then I've just put together a little database schema. So we'll need to store our brand, the name of the link, the actual link itself that we give out to people, description and notes. So the description can be useful for writing, say, affiliate links into marketing material, whereas the notes is your back-end information that you want to keep. And then we've got the category: is it active, inactive, or pending? And where do we find the back-end system? So I'm just going to copy this information, because this information we will turn into a requirements document. Now, it could be that the information as we've got it right now is all we need to put into Replit. But I would like to keep things kind of structured in the future, so I have a little template here. And what I might also do is bring up a GPT web view. Let's see. So I've been playing around with a workflow because of the challenges I've been having with Replit. I've been thinking through, what should a workflow for AI pair programming look like? So we know there's going to be a project planning phase, and let's just look at them quickly. So it'll be a project idea, it'll be the requirements and schema, which is basically this. So essentially what I'm thinking is that this information that we've got right here would go into the prompt here. And the other information that we just looked at here, this is the actual details, might go into there. So let's just paste that in for a second. So I've just taken all the information that's here, and if we just go to the beginning affiliate hub, and we might just go to here, and we'll take all the information that's here and paste it in here. And we might just use something like using the project scope. So if we just look at the interpolation, that using the, I might actually say that. So project scope, like that, and we'll just close it off. Merge with integrate, I think. into the requirements template. It's template like that, I think. So we'll just take that down to the bottom and we'll paste that in, close it off. And so now if we look down, we've got that down the bottom. So we'll just press copy on that. And I think I might just start a new ChatGPT window and see what we get. I haven't tested this. It's just the nature of the live stream is things just happen a bit dynamically and then I come back and think about things later on. So now we've got essentially the information that I wanted, but in a structure that I feel makes sense for Replit. I could be wrong. So affiliate hub, and I might just also, while we're here, we'll just go back to the overview on this for a second. So now I'll come back to that in a moment. So this is the requirements document, I believe, that I want to drop into Replit. We've said database is in memory hash. I want to change that. Database is in memory hash for lookups, lookup tables and metadata, but is a REPL DB for the actual affiliate links. And we will modify that in a moment because we're trying to look at this bit is actually a database. So let's just change that a second. And as we go through, this should change. Yep, great. So we got that. And let's just go back to GPT view. We got store affiliate links, descriptions, categories. We got brand specific affiliates. We got category matching. Great. We got status tracking, admin URL, username, and we got our actions. And we got, now this is another area that I really want to be able to have my own templates around. I almost want to, the user interface, I've said this in the last 2 live streams, is something that this tool, I don't know, does a great job of, but I think we really need to set up user requirements earlier on. So if we come back to here for a second, what I've been thinking is that you would define the project scope and then you would build the requirements document, or you wouldn't actually do this first. These should be in a different order. You would outline the UX principles. Maybe they are in the right order and maybe we need to amalgamate or merge them in the 4th step. So the 4th step might actually be whatever the requirements and schemas are merged with whatever the UX outline is. But one of the things I do know with Replit in particular, I need to keep the requirements very small. I don't want to give it too much guidance because it already struggles with one-shot prompts that are too complex anyway. So going complex here can be a bit of an issue. I've given it this critical like look ahead and log. Now it's not working. This is an area again I've talked about in the live stream where I feel they need a custom instruction where I can put this sort of prompt in so that whenever it's writing code, it just considers this logging sort of concepts. And then we've got our in-memory structures and we've got our database schema. So to me, this is what we're going to just press copy on, and we'll come back over here and we'll just go and find a Replit to start off with. So let's go to homepage and we'll paste in a prompt and we'll start building and we'll see what happens. So the first thing I'm noticing with Replit is I think it works from the assumption that there will just be little prompts and then it'll give you a few ideas of what you want to do. I want to operate from the assumption that I've given it a very detailed prompt of exactly what I want it to do. I don't want it to think about other concepts and suggest them, but I know it will suggest them. It's going to suggest 4 different ideas, which are just out of scope for me. But one of the interesting ideas here is this implement export import functionality. So if we go back to the in development workflow that I've been talking about, is we have been sitting so far in the project planning phase And next we're moving into the AI assisted development. Now I'm of the idea that rather than one section with two steps, there's going to be two sections. There's going to be the code generation templates, and there's going to be the code interrogation templates. So I'm trying to operate from this idea that you don't need to be a coder. You just need to have the right communication prompts. And that means that you need prompts specifically for generating different components, and that there could be many of them. And based on what we just saw there is an import prompt that I am using fairly consistently in this live stream 30 days, and there's an export prompt which is actually different. For me, the import prompt is generally CSV sort of data. I just need to get list data into it. The export prompt is more JSON data because I want to get that CSV data out of the system, but I also want to get the metadata out of it, so it needs to be some sort of JSON format. And the reason I'm doing that is so that if I've got multiple micro apps and I just want to, using chewing gum and sticky tape, join them together, I can export a data shape and then import it potentially into the other applications. Because ideally you do all this in one. If you had a consistent application, and I'm just wondering how I can show that to you. Let's just go over here for a second. If you look at, say, these ones going down the right here, they all say Fly Video. They're all the same application. They're just different concepts that you need within it. So ideally, this would all be in one application, in one database, and you just read from the tables in the database. But I'm doing micro app approach. This is each individual application has its own database. It has its own concept. So I need an ability like microservices to go and get data from, say, the chapter builder might need to get information from the video details. The brand details might be the source of truth for all of them. Like the affiliate management we just said had brand details. Well, maybe we could just grab that data from this particular micro application in the future. But let's come back to this because I think this is ready to go. We'll just do an approve and plan. And I didn't turn on any of the concepts. Now, what I don't think it does in the first pass, and just so you know, this is costing 25 cents. Why does it not say? It's taking us to a usage page, but it's building code. And we've got a storage area with create affiliates, update affiliate, delete affiliate. Now, this is where the code interrogation comes in. You might be looking at this and go, I don't understand it. Like, it's relatively easy to read. There is this, if I thought of a Google document that had a heading 1 and then some heading 2s and then some details, we could say here that the heading 1 is memory storage, and then the heading 2s is that there's get the affiliates, get the affiliate by brand, create the affiliates, and then the details, which would be the text inside, would be the description of what's going on in here. And if you're not a coder, you go, why don't you just explain it that way? Why are you giving me all this code? And so I think there is a space in code interrogation or code documentation, a set of prompts where you could just come over to this code, press the copy button, and put it against a particular prompt and have it tell you everything that's going on. Now, if you're a developer, you'll probably know quite clearly that we could just ask this tool to do that for us. And here we have an application. So what do we got? We've got new affiliate, we've got all brands. So let's see if this is working. Okay, so our brands seem to be working. This is cool. We don't have any data, of course. And we can add a new affiliate. So the first attempt that I did the other day didn't even have this button, so that's where I was having a lot of trouble. So let's go to AITLDR, and I might just, while we're at this, I might just grab that information. I'm just gonna drop that down here. So what do we got? Ideogram. Yep, affiliate link. So now we don't have one. right? So that's the thing. This is something that we haven't got an affiliate link, because otherwise this would say something like AITLDR or whatever it might be. It might be code equals AITLDR. Select category. So this is ideogram. So this is image. And maybe you guys are seeing something. I'm just going to do that for now. Status pending, definitely pending, because I don't actually have an affiliate code, so that can go in there. Admin URL. I don't have an admin URL, but you know what I do have? I have an email for them. And AI art generation. So we did AI art. Let's go change that. It's not UI UX, it's AI art. So we do that, and we'll just create it. We now have a new row in our affiliate hub. So unlike the other day, which was a clusterfuck, I guess, which has been a lot of the days with this with Replit for me. This one has just worked the first time, so that's pretty cool. So let's just press copy, see what that is trying to do actually. What did I get? Okay, I think I just got the value that was in there. What does this do? This is opening up support at ideogram.ai and coming up with a page not found. That's fine. If that was a proper URL, we'd be good. Let's go into edit. We can do this, and let's just go code equals AITLDR, and I might just, while we're talking about that, AITLDR. So this is a faceless YouTube channel, and it's going pretty well, pretty happy with it. So if we look for ideogram, have we got it down here somewhere? So I can't see it. It's saying video, ideogram. There it is. It was the first video we did. Okay, fair enough. So the idea of this tool is that what we should be able to do, I'm just going to click on this and pause. We don't want to watch the video yet, is have an affiliate link just here, right? Just in that position is where I need an affiliate link. And so what would be really nice is that we can come to our tool, we'll just press update on this, and we'll just press the copy button like that, and we'll come back to our where am I here? And if I was on the right brand, I'm currently on Appy Dave Research, there'd be an edit button and I could just paste it in. That'd be the main thing, but I'll just paste it in here. You can see that the copy button from our tool has actually made the correct, potentially correct, affiliate code available to us. So beautiful. We already have a working app. This is it. Like if you want to work a manual system, we have a working app. Now what I might do is bring up Web Plus VS Code. Why did that not work? Web Plus VS Code. Let's do that one instead. Okay. So brand name, category, status. Brand name, category. Where's the status in here? I don't have a status. Okay. Now, what I want now is an import button. I want to take all the information that's here. Let's just move it over here. Let's delete this window. And sorry, the window is actually behind my camera, so I can't see it properly. I want to take this and import it. And I'm just wondering if we go back to our GPT view, do I have a template specifically around this area? So here we are in requirements templates, and okay. I'm just going to write this live in the live stream. I have to come back and solve this later. And what we're trying to do, if we bring up the Web GPT view, is deal with a code generation snippet. This is what I'm trying to build. So the first code generation snippet would be the result of this and this being added together. We talked about that, where there was the requirements, then you would come up with some basic ideas for the UX, and then the fourth step or the next section would be a requirements spec like template that we could just run. And we've run that manually in this. But what are the other ones that we'd like to do? I need a import. I need an import. So let's come over here and we'll say, I need a new template for importing CSV data. As you build the component or define the template for the component, the standard flow that I would like is that there is a button called import. It will open a modal dialog with a text area, and it will have show an example of what the data should look like in the text area, and it will have an import button. It will assume that, and all field names in the header will be in snake case. It will ensure that the data is not malformed. It will handle concepts like commas in strings appropriately. It will deal with nil or null values correctly. Without throwing an exception. It will deal with missing columns in the CSV by understanding what the potential default values are in the database table that it is writing data into. I think there's a couple of other edge cases I need to know about, but what we'll do is we'll just paste that in and see what we come up with. So component CSV importer, standardized import flow, specify where that will be used. Okay, so here we've got a big problem with this template because it's inherited a lot, because it's all in the one conversation, it's inherited a lot of information from the requirements spec. So this is a component, not a full application requirements. So usage, context, and database target need to be removed. I think that's all we need. So I have a template for the requirements documents. I'll have a template for the components as well. And it'll pretty much look like this: overview, component name, description, user flow, data handling and validation. And this might be a little bit less. Again, this is sort of stuff that really should be in a custom instruction, but Replit doesn't currently support that. So we might just take this information, and I'm just going to take that amount of information, and we're going to come over to our tool. Now, I've had a lot of trouble with the assistant. So the assistant is over here. Why would I use the assistant first? Why would I use the agent? So the agent is costing us 25 cents. What it does is it tries to build code. It should check itself along the way, and that's what we're trying to do. Now, if you're going to the assistant, you're really trying to do more specific things, little things that you want it to do. Now, the few problems I have is that I don't have this unified conversation going on, and it's really, I find it a little challenging in Replit. Let's get out of here for a second. That you can't just see the two ways that you're communicating with it, but I'm sure that's something they'll fix over time. The other issue I have, I wonder if I'm meant to, I usually don't go and follow up this last statement. I think I'll do that as well. Sorry to segue there. The other thing is that because it doesn't use the agent approach, it doesn't think of all the edge cases, which is why I need a component builder so that the prompt thinks about the edge cases. So I'm debating within myself right now whether I want to spend the 25 cents or I want to spend the 5 cents. Now, I had thought at the beginning of this that I would just do the 25 cents once and see what we get, and I do the 5 cents in iteration, but every time I do it, it ends up costing me 30 to 50 cents. So you can see the dilemma of how you're building these. If the money aspect is something you're worried about, is, well, which way do I go? Do I just go every time I write a prompt, throw away 25 cents? And quite frankly, I've gone through $10 just in looping, right? And that feels really crappy that you go, it works, it doesn't work. You go, can you undo what you just screwed up? And each time you're doing that, it's costing you a bit of money, which was why I thought we'd work with the assistant. But what I'm going to do is, can you see brand? Yeah, I'll say yes. I'm just going to say yes. Looks to be working. And I think what it'll do is ask me what to do next. Reviewing, great. Let me report the pro and continue any improvements. So we're going to head over to Assistant and add a database to store user data. Should we do that? Let's say yes. I've not used that often, and see what goes on. So we're using Drizzle ORM, and these are the sorts of, we're using Postgres. Okay, these are the sorts of code snippets that I'd want to run through the interrogation and documentation system to go, well, what's going on? If you don't know JavaScript or Python or whatever the code is, you should just be able to run each of these snippets through a little piece of documentation creation code to see what's going on. There should be other interrogation ones that are going, well, what's wrong with it? Like, because it's not just documentation, it's like things can be broken as well. Okay, so let's see what happened there. So adding the database is another 25 cents. So we're at 50 cents in this particular conversation. Could you try creating a new affiliate? Let's just do that. And we'll go Cozy Cafe this time. Name, and what do we want? So this is a cafe in Chiang Mai, Thailand. And let's say we had an affiliate to, I don't know, Elephant Sanctuary, I don't even know how to spell that, .com, af equals cozy, something like that. Or that'd be the name of it. So what have I put into memory just here? I've got that. We'll leave that over here, and we'll just go Chiang Mai elephants. Cool, something like that. Put it in that. Select a category. Now these are not going to be related to anything. We'll just call it branding for now. Pending, great. Yes, and we won't worry about that. We'll press create, and we're just checking that our application is working. I'm just going to grab that information. We've got it. And now, do we test it out as an assistant? Let's go over here and paste in this complex prompt, and let's see where we get to with this. Now, we're in a new chat. We don't have the, I don't know whether it understands what happened over here. I assume it does, but I visually don't have this connection between the two, and I've been finding it a little difficult. So what it's doing is reading 14 files. So it's going through all the code and seeing what's available for itself. And we've got now, let's add the importer to the home page. So I'm expecting we're going to see a button here. It's telling us what it's going to implement. It'll go next to here, and we can preview the changes, so we can see this importer code. And rather than reading it, I would want to just take it directly over to the code interrogation prompts and see what's going on. I'd also like interrogation prompts that can tell me diffs. So what are we changing from the left to the right? That could be handy, and stuff like that. And this is in case you can't read this code. You're going, okay, well this, I can see it's different. I can kind of see what's going on, but what the heck is an await fetch versus a set editing affiliate? And this is where an interrogation system could be useful. So we'll press apply and we'll press OK. And then if we're lucky, now we get a crash. Now, I've seen this and now I understand it. I now understand it. The crash is because I think there's two variations of the application running, right? So I'm going to stop it. This is a guess at the moment. I think this might just run. So don't ask the assistant. It's only going to tell you that it was already running on a different port, which is this one over here, right? So you go, okay, just rerun it. Now we've got our information and we want to import. And it didn't, okay, cool. Now that's not what we want. We'll go and grab this and we'll paste it. Now, I think one of the things we're missing, no, we have the brand in the data. Let's just test it. And there's never any message to let us know it's doing something. This can be a bit confusing. Let's just, oh look, we might have an error. CSV reference error, okay. There is an error in the CSV parsing. Can you look at and fix? While doing that, can you introduce logging? And the prompt that we were looking at earlier, if we just bring it up over here, had all that logging. This is all the special instructions, and I didn't put it in because I don't feel that they do it anyway. I don't know why they're not following these instructions, but every test I've done up to date, this is not actually happening for me. So we'll do an apply all, and we'll come back to our data, and we'll get that out of the road, and we're loading a page, and we've got the debug turned on, and we do an import, and we paste, and we run it, and we get a reference error. So this is my life with the CSV imports the last couple of sessions as well. So what I might do is come back over here and I say, there is an error in the CSV parsing. Please fix so that it can load this data in. So we spent two lots of 5 cents in the assistants, and now we're coming back to the agents, which will do it for 25 cents and hopefully just get it working. At the end, I'll give you a tally of what it's going to be. So far, it looks like it's 70 cents, I think. Oh, no, it's not. It's 85 cents because it spent 25 cents on the database. So I'll help you fix. Agent is thinking. It's reviewing the message. It's got all my import data, which is wonderful. And we are 44 minutes into the live stream. This has been the most successful live stream because it got it right the first time. And this is where I'm trying to make sure that my very first prompt solves much of the application build eloquently by not being too complex. And that now I'm trying to figure out where should I be doing things with Replit. Should I be doing it into the assistant or should I be doing it into the agent? I don't understand why we would have needed to use the agent for the database creation. Could you try importing? Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Oh, it's clean. It looks prettier now. Can we remove that? Import. Yeah. Brand AI TLDR. Okay. Well, that's okay. Let's look at our brands. Which means we should go into code. Where the heck is code? Why can't I see it? Oh, it's up the top, isn't it? And storage. I think we want storage. Shared. Schema. So there's our affiliates. This is good. Server. DB. Index. Storage. Let's go to storage. It can't be in the client. What's that saying? So what we don't have is an understanding. Can we search code? Brand. Let's just look for the word brand. So we got, that was no good. So I guess we're spending another 25 cents to fix it. Okay. We're over here. It did not like my brand. AITLDR. AITLDR. And I don't know where brands are configured. So I would have thought it'd be here. Where's the brand? It's brand key. You fix the problem. Okay, we're running again. I think another prompt that I want to build is just a metadata review. I'd like one prompt that I can run that goes through all the files in the Replit that it's built and gives me an analysis, gives me a view of everything that's going on. Don't tell me the code's meant to be TL. So we're running and we're doing an import and we're doing a paste and we're doing an import again. We haven't had an error straight up. It's taking its time, which feels good, and that is perfect. We're working. Okay, great. So we can edit. Great. We have a working app. We don't have an export capability yet, which I'm going to be doing prompts around. Looks like we can add things manually. We can look at AI TLDR. We can look at winning prompts and see nothing. Oh, we have a filtering issue. Okay, that's not working. Go to Cozy Cafe. So that's not actually working. Let's try and fix that, and we'll do it in the assistant. Everything seems to be working okay, except for the brand drop down does not seem to filter correctly, whenever I select a new brand, I see the page refresh, but I see all the data for some reason. So if we get to the top, this will end up saying 15 cents. When we go to the top of this one, this will end up saying $1. Yep. So if we work now, we'll have built the application for $1.15, and I've turned Siri on, and we've got a crash, but I think our what's going on? Your app crash running. Let's stop it. Oh no, don't do that, because it's what's it waiting for? Let's stop it. Let's run it. Let's import it. No, not import it. We just want to test this. Cozy Cafe. Not working. Right. Okay. So we won't go further. What we will do is just add up our costs. 15 and $1, $1.15. The other thing we will do is, let's just bring up here, and I don't think, one of the things I didn't do was add the link to Replit. So at this point, we'll end the live stream. I'm Happy Dave. If there's a particular application that you want me to create, let me know. I do have a plan of applications around the challenges I've got. If you've got any feedback around the different challenges I'm running into, especially if you're a coder and you just go, David, it's pretty obvious, you need to go look at this. That'd be great. The idea of these live streams is just to show people that don't have coding experience what to think about, so that they can look into different stuff just with natural language prompts and merging information together. The link in the description will allow me to get extra credits, because what I'd like to do is just go deeper into all of this, and I'm not planning to spend any more money than the $25 US a month that I do, which you'll probably get about 10 to 15 applications at the rate we're going. The big challenge that we keep running into with this is that whether you use the assistant or whether you use the agent, it can screw up with the same dumb problems, and not having the logging in place is where I feel the biggest challenge is with Replit at the moment. Anyway, I'm Happy Dave, and I look forward to seeing you in the fourth application, where hopefully what we'll do is, actually let's just go back to the beginning. In the fourth application, what I plan for us to do is not listed. I want to take the affiliate management, and I want to do a email reach out campaign based on it. Okay, thank you.